So we're going to move on to our segment of This or That. So it's basically like, would you rather?
Yeah.
So Jamie has concocted like a chef.
It literally sounds like I'm cooking.
That's why
Let me cook.
This was we went from a restaurant. I'm trying to parlay this.
Yeah.
I'm trying to listen, I'm a professional. I don't know if you know this or not, but
I prepared this.
We are not recording
meal.
in a spare bedroom. Okay.
No, not at all.
This is a huge studio. There's like 15 people back there. It's a big production. All right. I just want you guys to know it's a really big deal around here. If you believe that, then I don't know what to tell you. So yes, Jamie has concocted. She has crafted scenarios that.
I love all these words. Thank you.
I looked at a dictionary today. Do you want to read these?
You mean a thesaurus?
No, I just go through the dictionary.
Oh.
And learn new words.
That's a sad life.
Well, I didn't say it was exciting. Listen, you have to have new words. All right, I'm making an executive decision. I'm just going to read these.
Okay, fine.
All right, first one we have here is, would you rather end your theme park day at Epcot or Hollywood Studios?
I'm going to go with Hollywood Studios. I say that because I really like Hollywood Studios at night.
Mm-hmm.
I like Phantasmic better than Luminous. So if I'm going to do like a nighttime show, I would choose Phantasmic. I also like the fact that like, I don't know, when the Hollywood Studios is like almost closed or like almost empty, it's like really cool vibe. And so I love it. I love it at night there. I love the lighting. I love the music. It's just, yeah, I would pick that 100 times over.
I agree. I would rather do Hollywood Studios. I mean, Epcot I like, but yeah, if I had to choose one, I do like the vibe of Hollywood Studios more.
The vibey vibes.
Yeah. And I mean, Epcot, if you're wanting to like eat and drink some food, obviously people would choose that. But
right.
I think if you're talking theme park specific and like just trying to ride things and have a general good time at a theme park, I would rather do Hollywood Studios.
Yeah. Yeah.
Personally speaking.
Okay.
So as is this entire show. Personally speaking. We should have named it that. Personally Speaking with Jamie and Jared.
Oh, okay.
That's our other show, I guess.
Personally speaking.
All right. Would you rather ride Soarin' around the world or Avatar Flight of Passage?
So this might surprise you.
Are you being controversial?
Maybe a little bit. I would actually choose Soarin'.
Okay.
The reason me personally would choose Soarin' is because Flight of Passage, I sometimes have problems with motion sickness.
Okay.
And there is one part that I always watch because it's when you're not moving. You're just in that sparkly room that just like glows up. I love that part because it's not moving. 3D is hard for me when it moves really fast back and forth. So I'd be really careful with Flight of Passage. Also super long pre-shows, which that was kind of just annoying me at this point. I'm just like, okay, let's get on with it. You know what I mean?
You don't like being explained the story?
Yeah, I mean, like, I wish there's a way you could just skip it. Sometimes they let you, but most of the time they don't.
Well, it's
I mean, the after hours events, they make you go through the whole thing sometimes,
right?
Which is annoying. But so I'd probably say Soarin'. I'd probably say Soarin' because I feel like I'm flying.
Well, I always looked at Avatar Flight of Passage as upgraded Soarin'. It's like a very similar ride system. Yeah. I would say Flight of Passage. I like Flight of Passage is a great ride.
Yeah.
So they're very similar experiences.
They are.
But I would go with Flight of Passage.
Okay.
But I don't think, I'll put it this way, I wouldn't make a special trip to Animal Kingdom just for Flight of Passage.
You should just say, I wouldn't make a special trip to Animal Kingdom and then stop talking because that's how you feel.
There are parts about Animal Kingdom I enjoy. I've said many times, I'm not a fan of zoos. I'm not upset that they exist. It's a personal thing. I get no enjoyment out of watching animals in the wild. It doesn't do anything for me. I don't know if there's some people that get that thing where they're like, look at that bird over there. I'm just like, cool. I don't want anything bad to happen to it. I just get no.
It's not your vibe.
I don't get a real fulfillment out of watching a giraffe just graze.
That's fair. And you know what? Animal Kingdom is struggling lately. So you're probably not the only one that feels this way.
I think it's going to continue to struggle.
Like even my sister, my sister's is coming with her kids the end of June. We're going to do a couple days down at Disney. And I'm like, oh, where do you want to go? She's like, oh, we'll do Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, and Epcot. I was like, you don't want to do animal kingdom? She's like, nah. I was like, okay.
I think that it's going to be a lot of people this summer.
Okay.
To be honest. But yeah. Not surprising there, which is
Yeah.
why they're adding things there, because I think that's a problem they've been having for a while. So, all right, next one. Would you rather enjoy a Dole Whip or a churro? I have a clarifying question.
Okay.
Is this like a typical churro you're just going to find everywhere? Because sometimes the churros at Disney are a little stale.
Okay. How about the churros at Nomad Lounge?
Okay, you're talking like top tier churro.
I'm talking
Churro.
Cheerio.
Well, they make me happy.
Top tier churros.
Okay, I'm going to go with a churro.
Okay.
Dole Whip is okay. I like Dole Whip, but it's okay. It's not my favorite thing in the world. I'd much rather have a churro.
Okay. You know, I'm not a fan of ice cream generally, but I do like Dole.
Oh God! I made a huge mistake.
I do love the churros if they're not stale. But I really, I like Dole Whip. I do.
Are you talking can it be any type of Dole Whip?
Really, yeah.
I mean,
I
do
really
like
do.
more of the Peter Pan floats and some of those specialty ones more than just actual Dole Whip itself. It's okay.
Okay, fair enough.
I feel like if I'm being
Dole Whip.
honest, maybe this is a hot take. I feel like Dole Whips are vastly overrated.
Okay.
I know it's a staple for many people, but
I like them. I'm glad they're there.
I didn't say I didn't like
So
them. I just said they're overrated.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Okay, fine.
Or personally speaking.
Personally speaking.
Send all your hate mail to Eduardo.
Let's just say personally speaking after everything we say.
Well, you'd be surprised how many times you say things and people get angry. I'm like,
I know.
You state an opinion. People are like, I disagree. I'm like, okay.
Personally speaking.
That's your prerogative. But I have the microphone, so I'm just going to keep talking. All right. The next one we have is, would you rather go on a ride or watch a show? Who are these people? Who would rather watch a show?
Well, I like Carousel Progress. That's a good one.
That's like a ride/show, though. It moves.
It's a shride.
Is a show technically just a show if it has animatronics involved?
I don't know. Right. I think like roller coaster or like, Omnimover type of ride. That's ride.
I mean, personally, I would rather do a ride.
I mean, same.
But there is a place for shows. Like I enjoy
There's
like
definitely
a midday break, like take a little, get some AC, go see a show. Like, yeah.
I love Festival of the Lion King.
Yeah. It's a good show.
The Frozen sing-along.
That's always a hit with children.
I almost said Harry Potter. The Indiana Jones show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like all those, but rides are where it's at, bruh.
Okay, brah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Jamie's got the Minecraft lingo down. Next one we have is, would you rather meet a face character or a fur character? You mean like a costumed full on?
Yes.
Like, yeah.
Yes. Probably a fur character, because with a face character, since you can see their face and like, okay, like you kind of look like that princess or that villain or whatever.
Yeah.
But like with a fur character, there's no question. It's like, oh, okay, that's who you're supposed to be.
Well, I always ruin it for children because I always say you're an imposter because you're not the real one, and it really upsets people.
Well, the only thing with the fur characters is they don't speak. The face characters do speak.
I wonder if, because Disney used to have that with Mickey where he would say stuff.
Uh-huh.
I do wonder if they bring that back because
Mario and Luigi talked to
us. I was just simply going to say there's other meet and greets out there that are using lots of voice interaction that could do that. I think that would be a good thing.
Yeah.
I tend to agree. Like, I'm sure he's doing his best, but like when they have the Star-Lord guy come out, I'm just like, you don't look like Chris Pratt. Like, it just, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I would prefer the ones that are like, I guess you would say fur characters.
Yeah.
I think those are better meet and greets personally. But I will say the ones like Elsa and a lot of the princess characters are actually really good.
Oh, yeah. No, don't get me wrong. I think they're, for the most part, they're really, really good.
But I put those in different categories. The princess characters, because they have they have a certain criteria they have to meet for those, are different than, say, like the Star-Lord types or some of those other ones like the ancillary characters. I kind of break out face characters to me, but I still think as you said, the fur character I think is a better one. So,
okay.
All right. Would you rather ride a dark ride or a roller coaster?
If you had asked me 5 years ago, I would have said a roller coaster. Unfortunately, my motion sickness has gotten worse as the years have gone on, and I just can't do roller coasters like I used to. Still love them, but I'm gonna have to go with a dark ride because I can always do those.
Yeah,
that's from my perspective.
What type of roller coaster are we talking? Any type of roller coaster?
Big Thunder. You love Big Thunder.
I mean, I love dark rides.
Yeah.
It depends. I mean, it would probably depend on the day, but it's hard to beat like a really good dark ride, like a really, really well done dark ride. I still like quite a bit. But
yeah,
I will say it's a split for me depending on how I feel that day.
Okay.
Leave it up to future Jared to decide.
So what would be like your favorite dark ride?
Well, I mean,
like Rise, probably.
Yeah, Rise is really good. I mean, if you look at like the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, I mean that's kind of a dark ride and a roller coaster in one, in many ways.
Okay.
Kind of.
Not really.
But kind of not really.
Not really.
I said in some ways. You go into a dark part of it, it's like a dark ride in certain sections.
Okay.
I'm trying. I don't know. I'm just saying. But yeah, like a Rise of the Resistance, I would prefer over like a typical roller coaster. Probably.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say. All right. Next one is: would you rather eat at Cinderella's royal table or be our guest? I would rather be our guest.
Okay.
One, for the cost.
They're about the same price.
Now, the only reason I would do Cinderella's royal table is like for our daughter, but she's done that before. So, I mean, personally speaking, I'm not really looking to eat food with princesses around in my day-to-day life.
So I would have said be our guest years ago, but the quality of the food has gone down.
True.
We've never done dinner, which is like a prefix menu now. And so from what I've heard from other people that have done it, it's like not as good value for the price.
Okay.
So Cinderella's royal table, I ate it as a child a couple times, and then we did breakfast there 2 years ago. And so, I mean, and it was good. I mean, like, it's cool eating in the castle and everything. So just because of the atmosphere where you are, I would say Cinderella's royal table.
But I inherently don't trust authority. And princesses are part of the authoritative regime of a castle. What am I?
I knew you were going to say something.
I'm just saying. I'm just bringing. Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. I think more, women and girls may like Cinderella's royal table more. I mean, you do get to see the Beast and be our guest. He walks around
briefly.
He kind of just waves and doesn't do much. But
the cafeteria. I say the cafeteria because it looks like a cafeteria. The main part of Be Our Guest is so loud.
It is very loud.
In the middle part, I'll just call it the cafeteria, the grand ballroom, whatever they call it.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know.
It's very true. All right, next one is: would you rather enjoy a Mickey pretzel or popcorn?
I probably would say Mickey pretzel. I don't really like popcorn that much anywhere.
The only way I like popcorn,
movie theater,
heavily buttered popcorn.
Yeah,
which that is not the popcorn you get in theme parks.
No,
it's that fake butter stuff on it.
Yes, I don't like that.
So I would rather, unless you get like the caramel stuff that you've got in Germany before.
Oh, the specialty popcorn you can get at like confectionery.
Yeah,
that stuff is good.
Those things are much better, but I would prefer a pretzel, like a baseline tap house pretzel.
Or the cream cheese stuffed pretzel.
If it's fresh.
I've
had it when it's not fresh and it's not good. But a baseline one has been good every time I've had it. So I would take that over most of popcorn.
I thought that was going to be easier, but this one's a harder one, actually. Now that I remember the specialty popcorn.
Well, I think if you're talking base, what people think of popcorn, like to me, I would pass. But if you're talking the specialty stuff, that is a different conversation.
Yeah.
So what are you going with?
I'll stick with the Mickey pretzel.
Okay.
I'll stick with it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Next one is: would you rather buy something comfy, something useful, or something to collect?
So when I wrote this out, I was not sure. I was not sure what I wanted to do because sometimes, I mean, I buy all those things every once in a while.
Right.
Gosh. Comfy, useful, or what do you think? What are you thinking?
I mean, I would get something to collect, perhaps, like to put it behind us in the display area. But I would prefer.
Yeah.
I'd probably either get something useful or something to collect. But I probably lean
That's
towards
true.
something to collect.
I don't think I buy stuff for comfort. Like, occasionally I'll buy like a sweatshirt, but like that's the only comfy thing. I don't buy blankets. I would say probably something, either useful or to collect. I mean, like, I don't buy them a lot anymore like I used to, but occasionally I'll buy mouse ears. I'll buy more hats recently, and those are more useful than collectors. If I was a pin trader, that would be more like a collecting thing. So yeah, I guess something useful is what I would. Yes, because I'll say useful because I love buying things that first of all, that can be worn or used more than once or has multifunctional purposes. So I'll say useful.
Okay.
Makes me feel like I got my money's worth.
That took us a while to get there.
Sorry, I had to work it out in my brain.
We went on a journey with you.
Sorry. Now you know my brain.
I mean, I do know your brain.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next one is: would you rather visit Blizzard Beach or Typhoon Lagoon?
I'm gonna go with Blizzard Beach.
I am too. I think Blizzard Beach it's a better park.
You know, that's the thing. I don't know if it's a better park, but I feel like when we went with the kids the one time, I feel like we had a better time than we had at Typhoon.
Yeah.
I like the kids stuff, the kids areas at Blizzard Beach. I like the theming. It does have a chairlift too, like a ski lift.
I mean, you just said it's not a better park, but you're naming reasons as to why it's a better park.
Yeah, I am. You're right, I am. Yeah, I'll say Blizzard Beach.
Agreed. We have reached an accord.
Yeah. I mean, I went to both of those as a kid, but we went to Blizzard more. So I remember it better.
Well, until this year, it's just whichever one they wanted to have open.
Well, and for years, the last couple of years, Blizzard Beach was only open like November to March.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, it's really cold then. So I'm never going to go to Blizzard. But
it's not really cold.
Well,
then,
it's not Jamie water park weather.
What is Jamie water park weather?
85 or higher.
No. You have developed that rule if it's like not 80.
If it's lower than 80 degrees, I'm cold.
But what if the pool's heated?
The minute you get out of it, you're freezing, like you're an icicle.
Yeah, but for like 2 minutes.
No, Jared, I don't want it.
So you don't want to do hot tubs either?
I don't do hot tubs. Oh my gosh, we've had this conversation.
I know.
Jamie and hot tubs do not mix.
I'm just revisiting the conversation.
I have particulars of when I will do a water park or get in the pool.
I am very familiar with your particulars.
I know. Okay.
All right. Next one we have is: would you rather ride the teacups 10 times in a row or listen to "It's a Small World" song all day? Oh, I will ride teacups 20 times in a row before doing that.
I mean, I'm going to have to go with Small World because I can't do teacups.
So you would be down for the count.
Yeah. So some of these questions I should have said. I got this from a BuzzFeed quiz, and I looked at some of the answers because it shows like a tally or percentage of what each answer got.
Mm-hmm.
And the teacups won by a landslide.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it before. Like, if you wanted information out of somebody, you just stick them on a Small World, and they'll tell you everything within like an hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
They'll be like, "Oh, we're done." They're like, "You're going to keep going until we talk," and they're like, "I'll tell you whatever I know."
I don't want to do either of these things, but I guess the Small World song. Yeah, that is torturous.
I mean, both are different forms of torture for you.
Right.
I think after 10 times, though, I probably would get... That would be interesting to see if that would make me motion sick. Because I've never been motion sick. The closest I ever got to being motion sick was the last time I rode Cosmic Rewind. I never get motion sick. And it was like for 10 seconds. I remember that ride got done and I was like, whoa. And it just passed real quickly. But I was like, I've never had that happen before. But other than that, yeah. All right. Last one we have is: would you rather meet Disney princesses or a Disney villain?
I'd probably say villain. Because they tend to be, and I'm thinking mostly of like Maleficent or Evil Queen, like Evil Queen at like Disneyland. She's phenomenal.
They have a little bit more attitude about them.
The sassiness. I don't know, like it seems more. I'm not gonna say more fun, but more like It's hard to explain what I'm thinking.
It's not like a cookie cutter meet and greet. You can
No, and like, obviously the princesses are wonderful and they're very into character and they're very sweet and they take the picture and everything. But with the villains, it's like they can go like a step further.
they
like
can kind of mess with you a little
they
bit.
can mess with you. Yeah. And I think that's really fun.
That's why some people have wanted like playing villains because it allows them to kind of like actor wise.
Or like Drizella and Anastasia, the stepsisters. The stepsisters from Cinderella. They kind of wander around sometimes in Fantasyland, and they're funny and they're snarky and I guess they could be considered villains. They're mean.
I don't think they'd be considered heroes.
They're not heroes, no.
Yeah.
But yeah, just seeing those kind of characters, I think, is just a little more. I don't know, pushing the boundaries, I guess. I don't know.
It's more fun, probably.
I guess it is more fun.
I probably would be a Disney villain. Yeah. I mean, I've met many of the princesses with our daughter and our kids, but
yes,
on my own, that's probably not one I would do.
Have we met like every single character that's possible? I swear we have at this point.
Probably.
I don't.
Outside some of the villain ones that are just very random that pop up.
I have not met Jafar.
I've seen him.
We've seen him. I've met Aladdin and Jasmine. I think of Genie. I don't know. Like, I was just thinking, have we met all of them?
I mean, the one villain meet and greet that we've done that Peter Pan. He definitely did that one. That one was not a great one though. He's
not a meet and greet, so I don't know what you're talking about.
He's been walking around doing stuff.
Yeah.
Thinking about how to kidnap children out of their houses. Anyways.
Jared.
Never wants to grow up.
Oh, I've been watching Once Upon a Time again, the show that was on ABC.
Okay.
You were talking about Peter Pan.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And so, gosh, I'm on the second season right now. Gosh, that was a good show. Like, it was, I mean, there were some things about it were just kind of like, okay, but I'm at the point, we haven't met Peter Pan yet. In that show, he is bad.
Yeah, because he's a bad guy.
Well, he's kind of like, he's a kid. He's kind of like, but.
Listen, you don't have to make excuses or talk me into telling me Peter Pan's a bad guy.
Okay.
First off, his choice of outfit alone, immediately suspect. Immediately.
Okay.
And then the fact that he takes children and flies away with them. I mean, what else do you need in a villain? Anyways.
Do you have any other this or that's? Those are the ones that I wrote down. Do you have any of that you maybe think like, I'm going to get her with this one?
I think that a lot throughout my day. I'm going to get her with this one.
I'm going to get Jamie with this one.
Oh, do I have... You put me on the spot here. All right, would you rather rope drop or close out a park?
Close out a park. I mean, I can rope drop, and I don't mind doing it, but something about the parks at night, my friend.
I do love theme parks at night. Yep. I would rather... If I had to choose, I would say close out a park.
And we tend to stay up pretty late already, so it doesn't bother me to stay up late in the parks.
True.
So yeah, I mean, I guess if we're with the kids, I don't know though. They can stay up pretty late now. They're getting older.
They're pretty good about it now.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're talking till like 9 o'clock or something, like maybe 10. Yeah. I mean, they're pretty good about that.
Yeah. Okay. I'd say close out a park. If I had to choose, I would close out a park.
Well, here's one. This won't be controversial at all.
Oh,
do you prefer the Rivers of America or Cars?
Oh, wow.
And whichever wins has to replace the other one.
I mean, Cars are cute. It's a cute movie. Cute movies. Cute characters.
Cars 2 is a little off the rails, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I've seen all of them. Cars 2. I don't know if anybody's seen Cars 2.
Like
Cars 1 is just like, it's just about racing, like winning races. And you're like, okay, makes sense. Cars 2 is like espionage, oil conglomerates doing conspiracy. Like, it's a whole, I'm like, what is going on? And then Cars 3 gets back to like racing, but at that point he's washed up. Like, what are we doing here? Or the classic Planes. I mean, that was a huge hit.
Planes.
The Dane Cook classic. I don't know why they haven't proposed planes coming into the parks.
I don't think it did so well, babe. Obviously, I'm going to say Rivers of America.
See, my thing is, I'm actually all for a Cars attraction.
Let's just take out Tomorrowland Speedway, or
put it in Hollywood Studios. But yeah, I think in an ideal world, you can have both. It's not an either or scenario. But if we had to choose, I would say Rivers of America because I think it's fantastic. But
Yep.